Cash. What do you think about when I say that word to you? Do you think about hassle, faff, annoying, queuing up at the cash point in the rain? When someone says cash to me, I think easy, attainable, dependable, and freedom. The government and the banks want us all to go cashless in the future. If this happens, it will take away all your freedom you hold so dear. At the moment, you could go to a cash point, draw, I don't know, say £300 out of the cash point, go home, leave your mobile phone at home, walk out the door and go and have an adventure somewhere without anyone tracking you, without payments made by a card or phones also tracking you. You can give cash to your children to put in their piggy banks. You can give cash to a homeless person who really needs it. You can pay for something at a cash price and avoid VAT. You can collect coins as a hobby. You can save 2p's in a jar to save for a rainy day. I could go on, but the bottom line is we need to start using cash again, or we will be doing exactly what the government and banks want us to do. If cash does disappear, the future is very frightening at the moment. There is plans in the future to introduce digital currency and digital banks. You would get a set amount of credit put into your digital account every week/month. It's also said that the government would have control on everyone's account. So if you did something wrong, they could switch your account off so you wouldn't have any way of paying for anything. The next thing would be a small chip put under your skin so you can pay for things without cards or cash. But it's just another way to control the population, for them to know where you are 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Don't get me wrong, I have a mobile phone. That's how I'm recording this video. And I know they track and they listen to what we say and listen to our phone calls as well. But today, if I wanted to, I could leave my phone at home and leave the house with cash in my pocket and go somewhere without being tracked because I left my phone at home. My friend said to me the other day, "Why do you think we have loyalty cards? It's another way they can track what we buy every time we go shopping." Unfortunately, that's the way it's going. They're tracking our every move. Everything we do and say is being tracked. Also, councils and government want to introduce 20-mile-per-hour speed limits everywhere. There isn't an A road or motorway. It's anywhere in the cities, towns, residential roads, things like that. Just to make us all go slow and to get used to going nowhere. The last thing I want to talk about is the 15-minute cities. You've probably heard all about this on the news and the media. It is going to happen. It's been in the planning stages and it's being introduced in different cities across the country. I think the first one being Oxford, correct me if I'm wrong. So 15-minute cities, what's that mean? If you live in a city like London, you'd be able to drive from north to South London without applying for a permit. So this is driving at the moment. So once you applied for a permit, you would then be allowed to drive more than 15 minutes away from your house. If you haven't got a permit and you do that, you would receive a fine from ANPR cameras. Then also, I think personally, the lead on from that would be that in the future, we will only be allowed out of our houses for certain things. The rest of the time, we would be told to stay at home to avoid overcrowding and pollution. A bit like COVID, really, where we were told to stay at home to avoid spreading the virus. But again, it's how you look at it. Was that to avoid spreading the virus, or was that to try to see if they can control the population? Yeah, I'll let you decide that one. And because cash would be gone, the government could switch off your bank account so you couldn't leave the house anyway in the future. They could switch off your bank account so you wouldn't be able to go out and pay for anything or do anything because they'd be switching your bank account off because they want you to stay at home. Again, it's population control, people. That is what is happening. There'll be some saying, "You're a nutter," and nothing like that will happen. Well, hopefully that is what's going to happen, and I'm a nutter and that won't happen, hopefully, fingers crossed, but a lot of people think it will. The future is up to our children and us. My son doesn't use cash at all. This is what the younger generation is like. Tell your children and grandchildren, use cash. Tell your friends, partners, and tell everyone. Use cash today or lose our freedom tomorrow. It's your choice. Let's stand up. Let's show the government we mean business. Let's say to them, we're going to use cash whether you like it or not. And hopefully we will keep it. Anyway, I hope this video was informative and it makes you think. Thank you very much.